Hi guys, it's Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. Okay, how to carry the kukri, and let's start utilizing the kukri. I mentioned the last one about the sheath and its uses, but how I carry it personally is usually I'm going to be carrying a sidearm on my right side when I want my hands free. In which case I'm going to be carrying the kukri on my left side. Now I am right-handed. And this is actually the preferred way that I carry it, is on my left side. As you've seen the way it draws out. If I put it tight on my right side, to draw out you've got to come up and go back, which is sort of unnatural, or come straight forward. By putting it on my off side, this is the way I draw it. I grip the sheath and rotate it sideways. I then grab a hold of the kukri and lifting up, slide out. The sheath drops out of the way. I then utilize it, and when I'm done with it, I grab it, put back, and let go. It's out of the way. It actually draws and works better for me, left-handed carry, than it does on the right. I can use it on the right, but it's more awkward because I haven't got my left hand to grip the sheath. So you have to wiggle it in and wiggle it out. So, for the most part, I carry it on the left-hand side. Now, let's talk about how to utilize the kukri. Let's do some chopping. Okay, a very common chore in campcraft is you've got to clear some brush, briars, whatever, to make your campsite. That's where the kukri is extremely handy. All you got to do is just find the base, step on it, and hit it with a tip. You're done. Step the next one, hit it with a tip. You're done. The tip end, like I said, is not exactly sharpened on my kukri. It's kind of blunt actually. But it's sharp enough that with a little whip action, I'll cut just about anything up to about a ½ inch or better in one hit. So for clearing this low stuff, and with a backward flick, I can cut grass. As you can see, I'm just cutting grass off. Just a backwards flick of the wrist is all I need to do. Take out most things to clear my campsite. Okay. Now I'm going to come up to some bigger brush. Now this is about a 3/4 of an inch in diameter, and the chopping action with the kukri is, let us look. Now on a traditional like this, you have this ring right here, and what that ring does is when you grip it, it should go between your bird finger and your pointer finger right there, just like that. Now you don't blood grip a kukri, you lightly grip it, and what this mark does on that finger, it kind of indexes it so you know exactly where it is. Notice how the heel curve right here hooks up to the wrist. Now by utilizing that, what I'm going to come up, and instead of thinking like I'm going to rear back and have to hit it, I'll come off about 1.5 feet from it, and now I'm going to do this little whipping action like I showed you on the grass. So I come up, and instead of trying to make, I want it right here on the sweet spot of the edge where that curve is. Due to this weight forward, it's going to want to roll it around the obstacle, which cuts down deeper. So I'm going to come up and go like that and cut it now off in one hit. Now, let's say I'm trying to salvage this Y for use in a tripod or a cooking pot or whatever. I can very easily just with the tip and that curve right there clear off any limbs or whatever. Now for this one, a real quick, and it's gone. That one right there, same thing. The weight forward design of the kukri is when I impact in this area, that when I chop and I impact in this area, that heavy part of the blade wants to whip it around the other side. And this kind of, for lack of a better term, acts kind of like a spring that pulls the kukri in that motion. And that shears through it. So as I hit, it twists and torques. Thus, my finger on that place keeps the kukri in the proper position in my hand. This funny shaped back keeps it in proper position in my hand. It's kind of an oval shape, which is the size of the grip. It keeps it in position in the hand so it doesn't want to torque or twist or pull out of the hand. This swell right here keeps it centered in the same position. Now, just like that, we've cleared all of that off. So if we just run down the trunk with it, we're done. There. That's where I'm going to get it. So I'm going to step up here. If I get my feet out of the briars, I'm going to push against it. And right here is my target. Okay? Pushing against it, hitting it. Just like that. Now, I have my yoke that I wanted. And you see how big around that is? Right there. I could have took it in one hit had I hit right here. I actually hit a little high and you saw it bounce. That's because when I hit it, I actually hit it too far forward. I should have hit it right there and it has sheared right through it. But I'm wanting not to put my kukri in the dirt. There's a lot of rocks around here. So in bending it, I cut it. And now you see how much cut on one hit. All of that sheared right through on the first hit. The second little tab over here is what I had to hack and cut off because I didn't go clean through it. I was not actually wanting to go through because there was, like I said, a lot of rocks, and then we'll go through and go ding. So, we have created our yoke for use in our camp set now in one quick hit. Now, I've got these points up here that were left where I sheared off earlier, and I want to get rid of them. With the kukri design, you have to be careful because, as you notice, look how thick that is on the back. That's a wedge, is what that is. And so, if I hit at this angle, it cuts. If I hit at this angle, there's a very good possibility that it's going to slide down and do that. That big wall is going to do that, and I could come back and hit me. So, you do not do this. You don't do these chops like this. You see where my body is? If that goes boink like that, and I put a full power hit into it, it's going to go into my thigh. So always offset. So if it does glance like that, you don't hit yourself. Okay? Alright. Hope this gives you some idea, guys. Please leave any questions or comments in the box below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.